Ted George, the Chief Narrative Officer at Clio's Advisory in London, joins us now to talk to us. Hello, Ted. Good afternoon and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you as well. It's good to be back on Channels TV.
Good to have you. Well, it appears that West Africa has not been as badly affected by COVID as North America or Western Europe. Which countries in the region do you think have fared the best?
Well, it's been very strange when you look at the number of COVID cases in West Africa. Over the past year, they've been generally very low, maybe a dozen or a few hundred a day. And the reality is that it doesn't appear that COVID is as infectious or as deadly as it is in Western Europe or North America. This could reflect the warmer climate, which is harder for the virus to spread. The younger population, over 60% is under the age of 25. There's also lower rates of travel between countries. A lot of people spend their lives outdoors as well. So all of this affects the transmission, but we haven't seen a dramatic rise in hospital admissions or deaths in West Africa, which is a good thing. That said, we have seen a surge in infections recently, particularly in South Africa, and even in Nigeria, the infections are up 25% in the last month. So there is a risk there. But the reality is the major risk coming from COVID to the region is really the economic impact, the disruption of business, of travel. Because actually, if there was any region which is well prepared for dealing with the pandemic, it is West Africa.
Now, with the inauguration of a U.S. president, how will the Biden administration be different for West Africa than the Trump era?
Well, I think there's definitely going to be a change in tone. We're going to see a much more collaborative approach, a much greater outreach from the American administration to try and repair a lot of its alliances. And we've already seen in some of the first executive orders of President Biden that the US will be joining the COVAX plan, which aims to get more vaccines to developing markets like Africa as soon as possible. I would expect a more progressive approach as well with things like reproductive health, which under the Trump administration was much more conservative. But I think the reality is that Africa remains a security issue when America is looking at it. They're very concerned about Islamic terrorists. They're very concerned about ensuring security in the region. And I would expect that that will continue as well. But I would definitely expect more of reach towards Africa and for Africa to actually appear on the American strategy rather than just being an afterthought as it appeared to be under Trump.
Now, the AfCFTA came into force on the 1st of January. What will this mean for West Africa and Nigeria in particular? And what opportunities do you see there open up? And what are the hotspots for growth and investment in West Africa this year?
Well, I think the AfCFTA is a huge opportunity for all of West Africa. It is going to challenge the incumbents. There's no doubt about it. But if you look at a country like Nigeria, the real opportunity here is actually to make Nigeria part of a cross-border value chain in Africa. Up to now, it's mostly been Nigeria importing goods and re-exporting them. Now there's an opportunity to have semi-processed goods manufactured in Nigeria and then finished off in other African countries. This could be consumer goods, clothing, shoes, food products as well. It's a chance to think differently for Nigeria, but it is going to be a challenge. But when we look at this year for 2021, I think there's no doubt that there's going to be a rebound in countries like Nigeria. We've seen a recovery in the oil price, even though it weakened a bit today. And I think also countries like Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, which actually managed to grow during COVID, we should see a very strong rebound next year.
Ted, it's always a pleasure having you on the program. Please come again. Stay safe and be well.
Thank you.